Alright, welcome back to Roguetech, and welcome back to Challenge Run from the Ashes. So, as I mentioned last episode, in case you missed it, settings, difficulty. We can change this stuff at any point throughout the playthrough. So I went ahead and bumped up the contract payment and salvage to generous, but I dropped the shop selling price to 5%. So now we basically have to get our C-bills for each financial report for the work we want to do in the expensive mech bay from missions, which makes it more interesting to take money over salvage and things like that. I also spent a little bit of time because I realized I've been using the stealth completely wrong. Since the Nat has been running in close, the stealth has not actually been giving it basically any protection, or at least theoretically based on A, remembering how stealth works, and B, the things I read to make sure. I did go over basically the entirety of the patch notes for the new save break, and oh boy, there's a lot. But yeah, it seems like stealth still very much is a longer range solution, or at least protects you at medium and longer ranges. So you don't really generally want to keep super brawler short range stuff as your only weapons on a stealth mech. Plus, since you lose one location and you lose the stealth, it doesn't really make sense when there's 45 damage to lose an arm and then the stealth gets kicked off anyway. So we're keeping the XL engine because that does give us immediate value, and we're replacing the stealth and the Guardian ECM in the Nat with an extra small laser and a medium laser. So yeah, we got more damage output. We've got at least one other thing that can reach almost as far as the tag. But yeah, since backstrikes and flanking shots don't get bonus accuracy, then we need volume of fire. That's kind of the only way to successfully navigate these battles. I have not refitted the Bushwhacker yet. I plan to do that after this next mission, unless we, heaven forbid, lose it. The Dervish, I refitted with the Pharaoh Stealth. I have not put in either the Air 12 because now I did not put in the Air 12 because we now also have the option, thanks to taking it off of the Nat, to put in the Guardian ECM and Beagle Probe, which is better electronic warfare than the Air 12, but at the cost of tonnage. So instead of it being the same tonnage as basic sensors, we would be adding an extra 3 tons to the mech of just electronic warfare equipment, which is, potentially viable. I also only partially repaired the armor to what I eventually want it to be, but if necessary, if this next mission goes pretty badly, then we can drop in some electronic warfare and just drop it as is without spending more than a couple days adding some weapon systems, ammo, whatever. But yeah. Also, the elevation changes, making it so that only +1 defense ever is given to the Yellow Jacket, means that this thing is basically guaranteed to die. No matter how we equip it, the Yellow Jacket is basically just a single mission unit. I could drop it. I did experiment with a couple of different options. I could drop it to storage, sell it. Even with the prior sell value, it was only like 90,000. So I think it's more valuable to drop it in a mission. Maybe it survives, but hopefully it prevents the Bushwhacker or Nat from going down. And yeah, as far as the difficulty adjustments, as I showed you, I've just bumped up the payment and salvage to generous, dropped the sell value, so the economic hardship from that aspect should be less of a, oh my god, we have to win every mission without taking damage or we bankrupt, and it's going to be more of a, things will be tight until we start, whatever, building things up or, getting good or whatever the case may be. So, as far as salvage goes, I did decide to continue with the light mech, medium mech, etc. unlocks, but I'm not going to be picking vehicles that are medium until I can pick medium mechs. I may change that a little bit to it being the next level up of vehicle, because a 45-ton vehicle is not that much stronger than a 30-ton mech, theoretically. So I'll still adjust things as we go, but yeah, we're definitely going to try to keep things tight, keep things challenging, and since Roguetech just by default, the mission difficulty compared to lance rating seems to be just much less of a joke than when I was doing previous challenge runs, we are going to focus on dropping just under the rating of the mission, so at or below rather than any particular degradation. And if things start getting too easy, I will absolutely increase the challenge as needed to keep every mission, if possible, tense. And again, no ejecting. If the mech goes down, it goes down. If the vehicle goes down, it goes down. We're going to scrap them still. And the general gist of it is we're either going to be getting better and doing really well, or we're going to be losing stuff. Possibly a little of both. And yeah, sticking around in the mission way too long last episode was just for science to see if a battle is even viable if we're dropping at lance rating. And right now it is. So that brings me to an interesting decision. And I'm thinking that the ambush convoy is actually still the best option at the moment. So we got a 1.5 star, or 1.5 chevron lance. We're going to drop on the 1.5 chevron ambush convoy. If we take less than 140,000 C-bills worth of damage, then we will be able to repair and pay the financial report. But I also have stuff I want to do in the mech bay. So I'm actually going to bump that up to 431,000 C-bills. That should give us the funding to repair whatever damage we take, as well as potentially refit the bushwhacker and finish some kind of build on the dervish. Theoretically. So, we're going to do that. And, yep, dropping Ek, dropping in the yellow jacket, Wasp into the yellow jacket, and here we go. And it's worth noting, I have slept, and I'm no longer as tired as I was last episode, so it also gave me a night to think on exactly what changes I was wanting to commit to, and I do still reserve the opportunity to adjust things on the fly as the series continues. But I will always try to keep things as tense and interesting as possible, not just for your viewing pleasure, but also because that's how I enjoy the game. If I'm not making hard decisions, then what's the point? Alright. So we have a convoy. And we already see a wheeled APC.
Good to go.
I think I'm going to jump and brace. I am pretty certain that
Time to fly.
Even jumping max distance, I don't generate heat as long as I don't fire anything. And I'm correct.
Good to go.
Beautiful. Yeah, our VTOL, we're going to swing up. Even though it doesn't give us extra
You got it. Going
defense being this high up compared to where we were, it does give us more evasion going downhill. So, hopefully we'll be able to get 7 or maybe even 8 evasion going down to strike at the
What do
convoy.
you need?
And then with our NAT, we're actually going to just, I think, hang back and get ready to run in at an opportune moment. Once more, this is not a stealth NAT, but I'm imagining that based on how I was using it, it'll be about as hard to hit as it used to be. So, bum bum bum. Bum bum. Alright, convoy seems pretty slow moving. Oh, it's a trebuchet pirate again. It's a Wasp 1A again. Are these the exact same units as last episode? Huh. I think so. The autogun techie, I'm pretty sure, is the one that had the rotary autocannon, or the rotary light rifle. Light rotary rifle. That's what I'm trying to say. I think the Cloudbuster AACL is the Kim lasers.
Yep.
Alright. I could come in 8 evasion cover and try to tag the Treb. Or basically anything else. But I think trying to tag the Treb would be a better idea than anything else I could do. So... well...
Damn it, I missed.
What can I do for you?
Alright then. That could have gone better. I mean... I don't like the obstructed line of sight. Yeah.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I think I'm going to start off trying to go in. This is the highest priority, but I really want to hit him from behind with the AC-20. So for now I'm going to grab 7 evasion and just shoot at something from the side. That might get one shot. 19%, 29%, 29%. Out of range. Alright. 19%. 29%. Ah, change that to standard. That's important. This is the 2 machine guns. This is the 2 machine guns and an LRM.
Got it.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Waiting for orders.
That is unfortunate. I'm actually going to reserve the Bushwhacker. It drops it to basically negligible initiative, but yeah, we're going to hopefully have them in a position where I can strike at the convoy vehicles from the side. Or at the very least, be able to position where I won't be able to be backstruck or have line up for stray shots between my 2 mechs. Okay. So far, so good. The 7 evasion is holding. The 8 evasion on our mechs is holding. Ow. Structure already exposed on the yellow jacket. But it's on the rear, so... could be worse.
I'm being flanked.
Okay, he actually stray shot his own guy as well. I'm fine with that. Genuinely, completely fine with it. Alright, AMS doing work.
I hear ya.
Alright. The Scorpion... I mean, genuinely, I think if I could jump into the back. I can't run into the back, but I can jump into the back with the trebuchet. And that is the scariest thing on the board right now. But my hit chance will be garbage if I jump. So... could alternatively try to focus down one of the convoy vehicles. Decisions. I think I will go for the lead convoy vehicle.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Moving and shooting for highest hit chance possible. Might as well. Let's go.
Primary target is taking damage.
Alright. Unfortunately, that was not nearly enough. No crits to shreds or anything. That hurt. Alright. Yellow Jacket already, what, open in 2 locations? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. That's a problem. That is a problem.
Let's move.
Alright. We're gonna move. We're gonna try to start work on... I mean, our hit chance is basically identical. And we're a lot more impactful on the Scorpion.
I'm taking the shot.
Unless we don't land anything.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Time to be a little bit reckless. So, by facing the enemies, facing as far
confirmed.
left as possible, it should make it harder for them to hit our right side. And we're gonna hope that this works. It did not.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Well,
I am out of LRMs.
yeah. Somehow the Yellow Jacket did not die from that. Acceptable.
Distance holding.
Waiting on you, Commander.
And the Cloudbuster is almost dead from behind. The only way to get the shot on it is to jump. So indeed, jump we shall.
I leap. I soar.
Because that thing needs to not get another turn. Yeah, that.
You're not gonna like this.
Primary
There we
target
go.
Damage, Commander.
Okay, that's a lot of damage off the board. Does that keep our VTOL alive? Probably not. If I'm being honest, probably not. There's a decent chance the Yellow Jacket goes down with any enemy activation at any point. Okay, the Chem Laser vehicle did not move. That means it has no evasion. Which unfortunately doesn't really matter much since I have to focus the convoy. Don't have much choice on that. If the convoy gets to the evac point, we just lose. They are really focusing the nat and not hitting very much. Love to see it.
What can I do for you?
Okay. Heavy tracked APC is almost dead on the side. There's a chance that any shot to the back will go to the side, so that's a good target. Then we also have a fresh APC. And the last is the Scorpion. We want to kill the Scorpion last. Specifically because if we kill the rearmost vehicles, then as soon as the front one touches the evac point,
Going turbo.
we're in trouble. I could have also reserved to drop the stability damage. Wasn't thinking about it. And are we at crit chance? No, we're not currently at crit chance, so we're going to go ahead and go all in.
Here it comes.
Warning. Enemy
Good deal.
reinforcements
Eyes on
detected.
hostile reinforcements.
Okay, reinforcements have arrived over by the evac point, or by their destination point. Yellow Jacket, still alive. Somehow still
What do you
alive. Alright, Sarge. Get in here. I'm actually going to stay out of cover, just for the slightly better hit
Copy
chance.
that.
It means they'll have better hit chance and more damage on the nat if they hit it. But this
Confirmed.
is important.
Standing by.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, distance is our friend. We do not want the left side or the rear to be easily targetable. So we're going to go up here. firing down on the... but if we kill the Scorpion, the heavy tracked APC... I don't think it'll be able to make it all the way to the evac point in one turn. But the Scorpion definitely can't. So... we might as well go for the autogun techie. Our rear is also open, so... trying to prevent them from getting into our rear. Firing down like so. I mean, I could just also take a shot. 34%. That does answer some questions. Oh, I just realized the gnat was right there. I am so glad I didn't stray shot the gnat. That would have been bad. Okay, indirect fire on the Bushwhacker. I am totally okay with that. The Yellow Jacket is in danger. The Yellow Jacket is in so much danger. Okay.
That's all you got?
Yeah, so the heavy tracked APC needs to be the next thing to die.
Waiting for orders.
And I think Sarge is the one to do it. So, using my waypoint trickery, shift click. Okay, so I can actually go for 7 evasion. Yeah, calculating. Shift click. There we go. Actually, the hit chance from being slightly closer. Yeah. So from there, I can actually go in. And again, holding shift to set a waypoint, only within the first couple hexes, and then going.
Got it.
We're going to run in the heavy tracked APC, and hopefully...
Acknowledged.
Good to go.
not enough. Alright, then we're following up with the Bushwhacker. And I need to activate with the Bushwhacker before they activate, so... Yep. Going for it. Our heat is problematic, because now we do have a fail chance with the Radical. Oh boy. Okay, so we get to fire 1 medium X pulse and 1 MML.
Got it.
It was enough. Amazing. Alright.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
Now we focus the slowest that's left, the Scorpion. And hopefully, our Yellow Jacket takes it down. That would be ideal. And we see a Locust, a Chameleon, a Commando, and an Oscout. Cool. This should be doable.
Good to go.
Left side towards enemies if possible.
Heading out.
Optimal range. Optimal hit chance.
Fire.
Get your lance to the LZ.
That's a kill.
I'm coming in
Can
hot.
we actually limp out with our VTOL almost dead? Okay, Wasp jumped and braced. Cool.
This doesn't inspire confidence.
Alright.
I'm
So
being
that's a no
flanked.
on that question. Now, we did only go for 2 priority picks, but we've only killed the vehicles. And we are basically completely fresh with the Nat, and we are completely fresh with the Bushwhackers, so... I say as a very strong Alpha Strike manages to open our
Crap,
Nat.
that shot went internal.
So this is one of those tense moments of the run. Do I risk losing the Nat completely, or do I just get out?
Standing by.
And I think the answer is... I don't quite quit yet. I think the answer here is I go for the quick sell commando. But then if they leg me, I would only be able to move one hex, which means this is the only spot that would be safe. Or I guess I could try to go into... Yeah, I can't get into the evac point. Nah, let's not be greedy. Let's just get out of here.
Acknowledged.
But yeah. Complete a mission. Get to the evac point. Get paid. Work on getting back up to a an actual lance that we're dropping.
Let's go.
Jump, brace, done. Actually, I don't even have to brace. Alright. We got paid. That's the important part.
Mission
Cool.
successful.
Alright, so we did not defeat any escort units, but we did take down the convoy, so we did get paid. And yeah, that should be enough money for us to actually get our third mech up and running. Okay, so we've got 1 + 8 for that one, but it's a 45 tonner. So that one we have to destroy, or not destroy, disassemble. And we cannot priority pick any of its parts. However, we can take any of these light vehicles. LRM 10, LRM 5, but it's only 4.6, and the armor is eh. Actually, the armor on all of these is pretty bad. 165, 65, 50, 165, 65, 50, 125, 75, 75, 60. And 5.8 is not much better than 4.6, so I am actually going to take the Scorpion. And that, I believe, allows me one other pick, period. So, do any of these have anything good? Not really. No. No. So, nothing really great. I guess I could take the LRM 5. So because of the changes, since the LRMs do, or any missile systems do fire with effectively a 2-miss roll followed by a clustering roll that's effectively the 2-hit roll, then having more smaller weapon systems, as far as missiles are concerned, is far preferable to having one big one. Although I would love the large Kim laser, I don't see ammo for it. And if there's no ammo for it, I can't actually run it. But it is a 3-ton large laser, effectively. Yes, the ammo adds a ton, but you can actually, I think, feed 2 large lasers with a single ton of large Kim laser ammo. But, yeah. I think I'm gonna go with the LRM 5. We already have some missile systems and stuff, so. Yep, that's what we got for the mission. We traded in our VTOL for a Scorpion. Alright. It's a tank boss, they all look the same to me. Our repair bill is not too extreme, especially once we hop on over to our VTOL and scrap it. It did go down. Lesson learned. VTOLs are not as safe as they once were. Now here, yeah, no, refit. Alright. Repair all. Good deal there. So, if I understand customizing vehicles correctly, we could theoretically drop the LRMs and... Yep. Oh, because I drug it over the turret system. Okay. So we could, as long as it only took up a total of 3 slots, switch this Scorpion from an LRM Scorpion to an SRM Scorpion. Now, since it's so slow, it's definitely better as an LRM Scorpion. But, what kind of ammo do we have here? Just standard LRM ammo. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Stock standard. Good deal. Alright, 3 days, we have a tank. Which hopefully will survive a bit better than that VTOL did. Now, we have the money to fix up the Dervish, and so we're going to. Ah, no, wait. I'm going to stop work on the Bushwhacker. This is where we're going to do it. This is where we're going to fix up and change the build on the Bushwhacker. First thing we're doing is dropping the medium X pulses. We have never fired them, except for the one time that we, actually I think it was 2 times, that we dropped the handheld rack 2 because it jammed. Waiting for it to unjam is far better. Dropping those, we can put them on a different mech. We're going to keep the LRM mag pulse. We're going to drop the MMLs and the tandem SRM ammo. We are going to replace with, I would love to replace with 2 LRM 5s, but we only have the 1. Regardless, can we fit the heavy PVC with capacitor? So I know it cannot be used with Omni lower and Omni hand. But we could do something like that. So the optimal range is 400 meters. Meaning that if we get within 400 meters, we're doing the full 80 plus or minus 20. So it would be doing 60 to 100 if within 400 meters. But we could also fire up to 720 meters. But the best part about PPCs on a stealth mech is it does cause sensor scramble. So their ECM will be interfered with, and it will be much, much harder for them to hit us. That, paired with the Magpulse ammo from the Magpulse LRM, means that we could potentially make them unable to reliably target us. And actually, I mean, yeah, we could potentially also put... no, not those. It's those that were on the arm. Or one of them, at least. So we would be trading a lot of the lower damage instances for bigger damage. Huh. So if we armor up all the way, we are actually a hair over. We are half a ton over if we do exactly this. Our heat efficiency is actually better than it was. We are no longer carrying 4 tons of weapon systems we're just not using. But I don't think this is necessarily better. So, I'll poke at it between episodes, and I'll show you what I've done next time. For now, that's been your episode of Roguetech for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.